Hello everyone, my name is David Alexander Bind. I'm the project manager at the FlächenAgentur Rheinland in Germany in Bonn, and together with the Thünen Institute in Braunschweig we carried out 3 case studies in arable land systems in the Continental Region as part of the SoildiverAgro project. The background of these case studies is that the wheat and the potato cultivation here, or especially here in the Continental Region, we have large problems with increasing infestation pressure from soil-borne and mycotoxin producing plant pathogenic fungi such as Fusarium and Alternaria in recent years, such as fungal infections on the one hand lead to disease symptoms in the standing crop, and on the other hand also to a contamination of the plant material with mycotoxins, which are hazardous to human and animal health. So that consequently such infestations lead to a reduction in yield quantity but also in yield quality, which of course is to be prevented. And this is currently mainly achieved by high levels of external inputs, especially fungicides. However, this practice is also problematic in the long run, as these fungicides can potentially enter the soil or groundwater. They can accumulate in the food chain or lead to development of fungicide resistance. So that new pathotypes emerge that are even more difficult to control. So against this background, it becomes clear that the long-run alternative practices are needed. And in this context, the ecosystem services of fungivorous soil fauna communities and the microorganism associated with them represent a promising approach, as previous studies have shown that these organisms can act as antagonists and can counteract fungal infections and reduce mycotoxin concentration in plant material. And in this context, especially the microarthropods, meaning springtails and mites, which comprise numerous fungivorous species, are of main relevance. So against this background and the main objectives of the 3 case studies performed in the Continental Region, we were to identify management practices in wheat and potato production that allow to decrease the use of fungicides, promote antagonists, microarthropods, and hence natural bioregulation of plant pathogenic fungi, and ideally increase or at least do not change yield levels. To identify management measures that promote natural bioregulations here in the Continental Region, 3 case studies were carried out. 2 of them were located in Western Germany in North Rhine-Westphalia, close to the city of Nideggen, and 1 in Eastern Germany in Saxony-Anhalt near Treppigleben. All 3 case studies were implemented on arable fields which belong to a commercial farm. One farm is a conventional farm with reduced tillage where the wheat trials were carried out. The other one is the organic farm where the soil is plucked, and here the potato trials were carried out. Within these case studies in wheat cultivation, we tested on the one hand the effects of clover under sowing, and on the other hand the effects of biostimulant combined with a plant adjuvant, both under reduced fungicide application. In addition, in organic potato production, we analyzed the impacts of strip and broad undersowing, meaning that we had undersowing only in the furrows or across furrows and ridges. For this purpose, we used an undersowing that was specially formulated for potato cultivation by the DSV, and that was dominated by summer vetch, flax, and perennial raygrass. Overall, these tested measures have the potential to have a positive effect on the soil fauna through additional rhizosphere space and hence more exudates, meaning more fruit. Case studies were carried out over 3 years. During this time, standardized samples were taken to investigate the effects of the measures on various soil and plant parameters, as well as different groups of soil organisms. The economists in the project then also carried out an economic evaluation. In addition, the effects on columbones and mites as natural antagonists of the fungi on the fungal infestation itself, meaning DNA amounts of Fusarium and Alternaria, and on the concentration of mycotoxins were determined. Based on the results of the 3 case studies, we have seen that all 3 measures promote soil fauna to varying degrees, and thus also their services. They therefore all have the potential to contribute to an increase in natural bioregulation. However, the extent of the promotion differs. For us, undersoiling in wheat cultivation with conservation tillage is the most promising approach. This practice promotes springtails, mites, and earthworms, has a positive effect on soil conditions, such as soil moisture, and has no negative effects on yield.